Hi and welcome back to Model Maniacs. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own diorama bases, either a landing strip, a pavement or road or anything you like. And for this project we need a few items. We need a piece of styrofoam. This is a 2 cm styrofoam piece that I've cut with an ordinary saw, and you can of course have it in any size you want. This is a very light material, it's easy to work with, but it has to be the styrofoam because otherwise you cannot sand it. Then you need a homemade sanding stick. It has to be longer than the plate you are going to sand, because otherwise you're going to get ugly marks into the base. And in this case I just stapled a sanding paper to a piece of wood. This is very useful, very inexpensive way to make your tools. Then you need a ruler. In this case I use a scale rule, but you can have any metal ruler you want, but it has to be a metal ruler. Then if you are making a road or a pavement, you can also use a circle cutter to make the manholes in the road if you want to. It's very easy to do, and it has quite a nice impression on the diorama base, of course. Okay, first of all we will start with the diorama base itself. First you have to sand it, and I'm just going to show you this because it will mess up your workspace quite a lot if you decide to do this on your workbench. The dust here is very static, so it will cling to everything, but I'm just going to show you how to do this. First of all, you sand it off like this so that you get a even surface. It has to be completely flat. And if you sand like this, you have to be sure that you don't do like this, because the front edge here will go down into the diorama base and destroy it, because this is very soft. But you have to work it like this, and when everything here is sanded smooth, you will bevel the sides like this on all sides. It gives a very nice impression on the diorama base if you do this. And then of course you will take the sides like this. Make sure that they get really evenly sanded so they get smooth. This styrofoam board is very easy to work with. It will be very smooth and have a very fine texture at the top. And this is very important when we continue our work here. Now we have sanded it smooth, we have beveled the side. Now we have to decide what to do with it. And here we are going to use our ruler, and we have to use a blunt pen too, because you cannot work with a sharp pen. It will give a very bad effect. We have here a blunt pen, and we're just gonna I have decided to make it not straight, but in perpendicular to the base. So I just drag a line with the pen like that. Now we have an impression in the line. I don't know if you can see it. Well, perhaps you can see it if I do it like that. There you can see the impression, yes. And then we do another impression here in right angle towards that one, like that. There we have the next angle. And be sure that you do not continue with the line onto the beveled side. And then we go to the other side like this, and then you put a line here, because then you get your lines asymmetrical and it really looks a lot better. Here we have the pavement for the concrete blocks for the runway, or the landing pad if you want so. I think you can see it there or something. Yes. Okay. Now we go on with the texture on this one. This is very smooth sanded. You have the lines here, but it doesn't look like concrete. But for the concrete look you have to use a brush of steel, like this one. And you just tap it. Tap every plate like this. The best would have been if you have had a brass brush instead, because they are much softer than this one. You can work the area around here, work alongside every plate like this, and you really go along. The structure on the surface is depending on how much you tap the base. Okay, now we have made it so far, and I can show you how it's going to look when you're ready when you're finished, because the back side here is a finished diorama base that I have done. And if I hold it up to the light, perhaps you could see the structure that you get when tapping it with a brush of metal brush. It is really convincing, and when you paint this one, you will get a phenomenal look. And then of course you can plant some grass in the space between the plates here if you want to, some oil stains or something like that. And then on the sides you take balsa wood and glue up to the bevel line, and then you paint this one dark brown, for example, and this bevel you can paint in a gloss black, and then you paint this one in concrete and make the necessary weathering on it, oil stains, and like that, washes perhaps. That's all up to you. But this is the way that you make a diorama base in form of a landing pad or a landing strip. It's quite convincing, it's very easy, and it's very cheap to do, and the result is astonishing. Actually, it's very nice. So stay tuned for more updates from Model Maniacs. Have a nice day.